Hey guys, welcome back to the YouTube channel. Super excited you could join me today. Today we're going to be talking about basically what does it mean to follow in the Lord's path and what does He have for you. And this idea for this video came from, and the blog, because there's a blog accompanying this, was in my daily reading. I was reading Proverbs chapter 3, and it's Proverbs chapter 3 verse 5 through 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will make your path straight. Okay, so there's something powerful and profound in this, in that we need to not lean on our own understanding, but we need to acknowledge Him, and He will make our path straight. So if we lack acknowledging Him, and if we lack leaning on, if we lean on our own understanding, then our paths will not be straight. So if you look at your life right now and you say, well, why is my life going the way it is? I need you to ask yourself a question. If you feel like if it's going the wrong direction, ask yourself why. If you feel like it's going the right direction, ask yourself why. Because if it's going the wrong direction, you have an answer about why it is. If it's not the straight path that you need to be on, it is because you have either trusted in your own understanding, or you have failed to acknowledge Him in all your ways. And I think that's really important to do both of these things, because if we have big decisions in life to make, and I've learned to do this, but I never make a big decision in my life without first consulting the Lord. Whether that is starting a relationship with a person, or taking a job, or moving in this direction or that direction. It always has to do with, I always go to the Lord first, because I know He knows His plan for me, and I don't know His plan for me, and I need to talk to Him so I can get that plan and go obey Him and do it. And it reminds me of another time in the Bible where we had this David, where David was trusting the Lord and relying on the Lord to make his path straight. And to give you context for this verse I'm about to read, David had recently been gone off and fighting some, I don't know who it was at the time, some bad guys. And while he was gone, and all the fighting men in his village were gone, because he was kind of like the leader of the village at the time, all of some other guys came, swooped up, and captured all of the village and were taking them away. So basically all of the village was gone, captured. When the men came back with David, they were like distraught, so much so that they wanted to even kill David for whatever reason, probably because they blamed it on him. But what happened was, in 1 Samuel 30, verse 7 through 8, then David said to Abiathar the priest, the son of Ahimelech, please bring me the ephod. So Abiathar brought the ephod to David. David inquired of the Lord, saying, shall I pursue the band? Shall I overtake them? And he said to them, pursue, for you shall surely overtake them, and you will surely rescue all. So before David even made a decision to go rescue these captured people, he went to the Lord, because he wanted to know from the Lord that he was going to be successful and it was the right thing to do. Now, anyone in a carnal mind who doesn't have a relationship with the Lord would think, obviously I'm going to go try to rescue my family in the village that just got captured. But David wasn't like that. David was a man who just wanted to be led by the Lord and just do what he wanted, or just do what the Lord wanted to do, and wanted to know that it was the right thing to do and that he would have success. Otherwise, what is the point of going and trying to capture these people if you're not going to have success? And that's David's mentality, was I do what the Lord tells me to do, and I follow Him. So we need to have that same mentality. Is we need to go to the Lord in everything we have, in every big life decision, and say, you know what, Lord, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to buy this car? Is that going to help me? Because He knows down the line whether that car is going to be broke, if there's something else wrong in that car. Who knows what's going to happen? But He is the one who's going to be, He wants to guide you. But it's up to you to make that decision to let Him guide you. And I just want to give one testimony that I have in doing this. A while back I started using this concept that I've talked about before, called, people call it seeking a fleece. I don't like seeking a fleece, because Gideon, that's a reference to Gideon, and Gideon wasn't the most faithful person. But there's a story in the Bible about Jonathan, who is King Saul's son, and he's going to fight some Philistines, and he basically asked the Lord, if they ask me to come up to them versus them coming down to me, because he's in this ravine basically looking up at the Philistine camp. If they ask me to come up there, then I know that I've won the battle. And it was just Jonathan and his armor bearer. So 2 dudes trying to go into a garrison of Philistines. And he got the answer, and then he's like, all right, let's go. We're sending it. We're climbing. So basically he has to climb up this ravine hand and foot, defenseless, to the Philistines, takes out his sword and his armor bearer with him and his armor bearer, and they just like slayed 20 Philistines. All the Philistines start freaking out because they're like, one dude just killed 20 people, what's going on? And then an earthquake happens and all this mess, and there's confusion in the Philistine camp, and they start fighting each other. So it's this crazy miracle that happens that saves Israel from the Philistines, that the Lord grants because of the faith of Jonathan. But that was just a story that I want to tell you because I did that one time. I didn't fight any Philistines. But what happened was I was on campus at a college in Colorado, and I was invited out to do a retreat, a church retreat up in the mountains. And I had known this group for like a week, so that was kind of weird. And I was like, interesting. I wonder if I should. So I just took it to the Lord and I asked for a sign, and He answered. So even though it was extremely uncomfortable to join a new group in kind of an intimate setting, like up in the mountains for 3 days, I did it anyways. And while I was there was people like praying over me. It was super amazing experience with the Lord. And people telling me, like praying over me, telling me stuff that I didn't even know. Like I didn't know, I knew. But that they should not have known, because it was like stuff to do with my own personal life with the Lord and with my history and past. I'd known these people for like 2 days. So it was really, really cool. But that's what happens when you kind of trust the Lord, is He's going to take you through things that are going to be super encouraging and super faith building, because you obeyed Him and listened to Him and even wanted to get His advice and knowledge in the first place. So I highly encourage you guys. This stuff works. You need to trust in the Lord always. But anyways, and lean not on your own understanding. Don't try to attack it and try to make sense of it in a carnal way. Like if you're buying a house, you're like, well, if I do this or this or that, it's going to make the most money, blah, blah, blah. You just need to listen to the Lord, because He knows all these things better than you do. He knows what's going to happen in the future, what happens to the house, whatever. You just need to trust in the Lord. So that's my encouragement for this video. If you guys enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, turn on notifications, all that mess, comments below. If you want to support me financially, I got a link to that in the description. Anyways, thanks for stopping by. Bye-bye.